We've come to the fifth pillar, one of the most crucial foundations in building a winner's character, which is called the system. This is the key to achieving your goal. This is the most practical pillar, because your ability to create systems and your ability to follow those systems are the main things that will determine whether you achieve your goal and how quickly you reach it. Because many people have goals: someone to lose weight, someone to build muscle, someone to earn more, someone to get 10,000 followers on Instagram, someone to learn a language. But only a few actually reach their goals. Why? The answer is here. Those who reach their goals have a system. Those who don't reach their goals don't have a system. Those who reach their goals follow the systems they have created. Those who don't reach their goals don't follow the systems they have created. To understand what a system is, what goals are, here is a simple example. A soccer field, a soccer match. Your goal is to score on the scoreboard that you want to see at the end of the match. The score on the scoreboard: 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. Your team wins. That's your goal. The system is what will happen on the field. What will your team do? How will they take the field? What will they do? How will they move around the field? In what sequence will they pass the ball? How will they shoot? How will they connect? Defenders, midfielders, forwards, all of this is the system. This is what will happen on the field. Both the first team and the second team have the same goal to see the winning score on the scoreboard. But only the first team will leave with the victory because they have a well-tuned system. Who goes where? Who attacks? Who shoots? Who defends? Who comes back? The second team is in disarray. No one knows who is running where. He took the ball himself, lost it himself. Who goes where? Who to defense? No one came back. Everyone went on the attack and let in 5 goals. Game over. The system is crap. They lost. The system is well-tuned. They won with the same goal. The team with the right system won. As the great coach said, don't worry about the score on the scoreboard. Worry about what you do on the field to make that score work in your favor. And the second quote from a Greek poet, which is especially relevant here, helps to understand the whole picture. It goes as follows. You do not rise to the level of your expectations. You fall to the level of your training. In other words, you can have the wildest expectations in your life, the highest goals, the brightest dreams. But if what you do every day, how you train, how you prepare, how you act does not match those goals, those dreams, those expectations, then forget about your expectations. You do not rise to the level of your expectations. You fall to the level of your preparation, to the level of the systems you have built in your life. In other words, what you want is not as important. What matters is what you do on a daily basis to achieve it. Now, using practical examples, I will demonstrate what systems are and how they are created for specific goals, and how you can start today by carefully and intentionally outlining your systems for the goals you have. Begin moving toward them at a speed you've never experienced in your life. By bringing genuine pleasure, enhanced clarity, increased productivity, and the powerful feeling that you are truly a man with a mission, a man with a clear and meaningful purpose into your daily routine, you can transform your everyday life. Every day you live to the fullest of your potential because each day will come alive in your future achievements. Because the systems were fine-tuned and the day was lived in accordance with these systems. Let's go, friends, practice. Here, I have written down a number of goals, and for each of them, I have already outlined a set of systems. These are systems that can be implemented to achieve this goal. Lose 20 kilograms. Excellent. If you take this goal, put it in your mind and think about it every day. Visualize it, imagine it, meditate on this goal. Picture the fat leaving your belly. Do you know what will start to happen? You will magically start losing weight. Oh no, wait. That's complete bullshit. Nothing will happen in your life. You will think, you will imagine, you will visualize. But in reality, nothing will actually happen in your life. Because having a goal alone means nothing. When you have a goal to lose 20 kilograms, your task is to break down any goal into systems that need to be repeated on a regular basis. Most often this means on a daily basis. Sometimes it's on a weekly basis or maybe even on a monthly basis, but there has to be some kind of regular basis. When day after day, week after week, small efforts add up to big results over time. The goal to lose 20 kilograms. We break it down into systems. I've written out 3 systems that you can implement and then forget about the goal, focusing every day on the systems, and the result will come faster than ever before. System number 1. Workout Monday to Friday, 5:30 to 6:30 in the morning. Locked-in workout Monday to Friday, 5:30 to 3:00 a.m. at the gym. Boom, locked in. Second system. This is, I don't eat flour or sugar when it's mealtime. Your task is to analyze. If there are baked goods, buns, pastries, wait, stop. I don't eat that. If you add sugar, that's sugar. Cakes, candies, get rid of all of it. I don't eat flour. I don't eat sugar. That's the second system. And the third system, 10,000 steps every evening. Every evening. No matter what happens, I've locked in 10,000 steps. These are the three systems responsible for strength training, your activity, and your nutrition. 3 systems are locked in losing 20 kilograms. That's your desired score on the scoreboard. Training during the week by Friday. I don't eat flour or sugar, and 10,000 steps every evening. That's what you do on the field. That's what you do every day to reach the score on the scoreboard. And that's why now you can forget about the score. You can just get up every day and enjoy following the systems. At 5:30, you are at your workout working. Next, you eat, analyze, analyze, analyze. A week 2-3, you'll already be automatically filtering out everything with sugar, everything with flour. 10,000 steps. Evening, tired or not, have time or not, you go out for an enjoyable 10,000 steps. You've implemented all the systems trying to follow them flawlessly. And in 4 weeks, you'll be much further along than after any crazy challenges you've taken on, tried to push through, crash diets, different fasts, and so on. You'll get there much faster through a reasonable system you can follow on a daily basis. The goal is 10,000 subscribers. A system. You shoot 7 videos on Monday from 9 to 3. All 7. Once you film the videos, that's your system. Every Monday, you have 7 videos ready. The second system. This one is you publish 1 video a day at 2 p.m. All scheduled. Set an alarm, mark it in your calendar, lock it in. No matter what else is going on in your life, Monday 9 to 12 you record a video every day at 2 p.m. You publish them. Forget about the goal. Focus on your daily actions, on the daily systems you have put in place. The results will come. Third goal. To learn language for those who have wanted to for a long time, who dream about it. Everyone dreams of knowing foreign language, but it is simple. Implement basic systems. System number 1. YouTube only in that language. Everyone watches YouTube. So now set a rule. Your system is if you watch anything on YouTube, you watch it in that language. You are used to watching different interviews. Find interviews in that. If you don't understand anything, try to translate. Try to translate 1, 2, 3 words. Try to understand. Start watching YouTube entirely in that language. This is your system. Forget that your native YouTube exists. Now only the language you want to learn. And since you watch YouTube anyway, start watching it in that. That was the system number 1. System number 2, from 6:30 to 7 o'clock, you read in that language. It's simple. 6:30 to 7. 0 every day, no matter what happens. You take a book, a basic one for children, and read it in that. That's it. Period. The third system. On the subway, when you go to work, you have 55 minutes of travel time. Instead of playing Candy Crush and smashing candies, now the words that you read in the morning from 6:30 to 7 o'clock, the ones you don't understand, you write them down. And these words, either with the book or written on separate pieces of paper, you study them. 55 minutes. That's it, man. 3 systems. Forget about your goal to learn foreign language. Do these 3 systems. Focus on them, and soon they will become a habit. A habit you can't live without. And you'll be surprised when after 6 months, someone asks you, how do you know that language? Where did you study? Did you have a good school? Did you take any courses? No, there are no courses. Courses are all nonsense. 1H your 3 hours a week. You won't learn anything that way. Only a system that regularly immerses you in the environment. Only a system that consistently creates opportunities for you to learn something new. And only a daily set of small steps that add up together will bring results. Here is the result. The system Learn Language is ready. Next, number 4. The goal is to read 24 books. That's an absolutely awesome goal. Who has set this goal? Raise your hand, friends. Everyone has set it. Man, you are awesome. The system. Your own route from home to work, from work to home. You listen to audiobooks in the car, not music, nothing else. You turn on a book and listen to it on the way back, too. You listen for 2 hours a day, and in a week, you finish a book. In a year, you've achieved your goal. 24 books are the minimum. There is an old system from 9 to 9:30 in the evening. I read a physical book, and I record it nicely. You follow the system. Awesome. And the final goal, I included it specifically to give an example with a quote. It's to write a book. The system is from 5 to 7. You write a book from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the morning every day. You wake up while the whole world is sleeping and write. You write a book. And here someone might say, man, where is the freedom? Where is the inspiration? Where are the thoughts, the creativity? Where is the spontaneity in life? After all, not everything can be by the system. Your whole life can't be by the system. Friends, I have a counter question. What results has spontaneity brought you? What results does the lack of a plan bring you? The lack of knowing what you are doing today? Maybe it really has brought you some incredible explosive results. But almost every successful person, in my personal experience, and I am sure in yours too, personal experience also shows that when you have an action plan, when you have a system, you take on some challenge and say to yourself, okay, I'll do A-B workouts every day for 30 days straight. You somehow magically stick to that plan and you magically see the results. If you look at great writers who have spoken about how they create their works, one of them says, I only write when inspiration strikes. Fortunately, it comes every day at 9 a.m. because from 9 to 12, he has a system in place. I write from 9 to 12. His rule is that from 9 to 12, he may not write, but he can't do anything else. So you show up and there is no inspiration. You sit there for half an hour scribbling something, doodling. You can't do anything else. You can only write. So you have 3 hours to sit there. You sat there. There was no inspiration. You thought there was no inspiration. None. And then from the lack of inspiration, something comes to you inside. It's this emptiness that gives birth inside, gives birth to a work, gives birth to a masterpiece. Stephen King, the same principle. Every day, 4 hours, no matter what. When some young guys came up to Jay-Z and asked, Jay-Z, how can we make it? Give us one piece of advice to make it big. You know what he said. Write a verse every day, no matter what. Whether it's crap, good, epic, or makes you want to puke, just write every day. Today you write crap. Tomorrow it's crap. In a week it'll be decent. In 2 weeks, crap again, then decent again. And then you'll create a masterpiece. And so masterpiece after masterpiece, you'll put together your own hit. That's why, thanks to systems, you don't kill your creativity. Thanks to systems, you can plan for that creativity to appear. Because if you don't plan for it, all the crap in this world will take not only your creativity, it'll take your time, your life energy. It'll take everything from you. Instead, you surrender to the random, and you plan your creativity and man. From 5:30 to 6:30, you'll be inspired to work out. You'll be pumped adding weight, thinking this is the best day of my life. In the evening, as you walk your 10,000 steps around the 43rd minute deep in thought, you'll realize how you can organize your life more effectively. Incredible. And when you get home, you'll step on the scale and see, wow, 2 kilos down this week. Wow, how everything is changing. Systems. And if you notice, our goal answers the question, what do you want to achieve? Lose 20 kilograms, get 10,000 followers, learn a new language, read 24 books, write a book. What do you want to achieve? Our system always answers the question, what should I do today? What do you want to achieve? Sometime in the future, what should I do today? And so for all the goals you have, your task is to answer for each of them the question, what should I do today? So that these goals become reality, so that the scoreboard shows a win. Does this mean that you haven't missed a single walk in the last 6 months? Of course not. Does this mean that you haven't missed a single workout in the past 6 months? Of course not. There are always emergencies. There are always times when your body tells you that you need to cover. You are overtrained. You need to rest. There was too much stress from work, from projects, and a lack of sleep. You need to take a rest day. Of course, there are days like that. But just as Rome wasn't built in a day, Rome doesn't fall apart in a day either. That's why our task is the total amount of effort, the total number of days effectively spent moving toward our goal. If 1, 2, 3, or even 4 days in a month are lost, that's normal. The main thing is the overall direction which is set for you by your daily system. And now, going back to our where we have results here and time here. Now it's divided not by years as in the previous example in the previous videos. Now it's divided by days. Here we have 6 days. And this is a clear example of how your life progresses when you view each day within the framework of a system. Because the way you live one day is the way you live your whole life. If you want to see the results that await you in a year, just look at how you live today. If you are able to create a perfect, productive day for yourself and repeat it day after day, and a perfect, productive day is built on the goals you have, the ones you are eager to achieve, the ones that matter to you, and the systems you have outlined to reach those goals. When you take these systems and implement them into your day, what happens? Here is what happens. Every cycle, every 24 hours lived in accordance with those goals, with those systems and processes that you have set for yourself during the day. During those 24 hours, each one, this cycle, brings you one step closer to your goal. One step higher, one step higher, one step higher. And in this way, your life progresses. Your life improves day by day, little by little, percent by percent. You become better. This is the clearest example, the most practical way to understand what it means to become 1% better every day. And here you see the practical answer to the promise you saw in the club's introductory video. That you will understand what it means to live fully in alignment with who you are now, with the best version of yourself that is capable of achieving the vision of your dream. This is what it means in practice. From the moment you open your eyes and through every hour you go through during the day, you are living it in alignment with those systems that you have established yourself. You live in full accordance. And that's exactly what you receive. An incredibly powerful, exhilarating day full of satisfaction and small victories that lead to bigger wins. And each such day brings you closer to the joy of achieving your goal. This is how your goals are reached. This is how your dreams are realized in practice. And the coolest thing about it is this. To start living this way, you don't need to wait for anything. You can start experiencing it now. Starting today, you can already begin to feel this thrill, living in full alignment. And this was exactly the promise made at the start of the club, that today you can take your goals, integrate them into the system, and start moving forward with a completely new excitement and completely different results every single day of your life. To wrap up this lesson on systems, I want to give you 5 critical, most important tips for successful implementation of systems into your life. Tip number 1. Start with one goal. You don't need to write out your entire list of goals that you want to achieve this year, immediately fill your day with them, and then be shocked the next day by everything you have to accomplish. You don't need to do it that way. Start with one goal. Take one goal, break it down into a system. Maybe it will be one system, maybe 2. Write it down and focus on it for the first week, at least for the first week. Focus on building consistency. See how it works. Make sure you see how it works like magic to achieve results with just one goal. Once you've written it down and understood it, these systems start to become part of your automatic habits, part of how your day naturally unfolds. Then move on to the second goal and keep adding goal after goal until your day is filled with systems that move your life forward. But at the beginning, the task is not to be overwhelmed by the impossibility of the coming day. The task is to get inspired, to awaken your interest, to spark your drive, so that by seeing how the system works for one goal, you can see the result, see the effect, and have an epiphany. This is practically the magic that happens in your life, and it inspires you to implement it for your second, third, and fourth goals. So the approach is, don't take on all your goals at once. Start with one. Tip number 2, start small. If you've never walked 10,000 steps in your life, or if you've never trained consistently, set a goal of 5 days a week, or maybe 5,000 steps a day or something similar. Start with 5,000 steps. Start with 2,000 in the evening. Start with 2 workouts a week. If your goal is to read for an hour and a half in the morning, there is no need to stress out. Start with 15 minutes, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes of reading in the morning, if you feel up to it. Remember tip number 2. Start easier, start light. Incorporate 5 minutes of reading in the morning and then build from there. Start enjoying those 5 minutes, then increase to 10. Work your way up to half an hour over the course of 3, 4, or 5 months. So, the goal isn't to burn out in a week from the crazy amount you took on, but to fall in love with the process, to fall in love with the effect you are accumulating day by day with minimal steps of progress. Start to expand, start to grow, start to implement for bigger goals, and eventually create your own system for achieving the life of your dreams. Tip number 3. Don't kill, don't oppress, don't beat yourself up. If you miss something, just note it in your system. Any system of actions or steps you set for yourself each evening. If in the first month you manage to do this for 15 days, that's already progress. Next month, try to do 16, 17, 18, 19 days, and by the end of the year, you'll find that this habit becomes a part of you, and you simply can't live without it. A habit truly becomes a habit when not doing it feels stranger than doing it. Sometimes you skip a workout and even forget that you were supposed to train, and only in the evening at home you realize, oh, I didn't work out. But sometimes if you skip a workout, your whole morning feels off, like something is just weird. Why is that? You need to not skip your workout. When you feel that it's strange that something wasn't done, that's when, the habit is formed. So keep working until you develop that feeling. After that, it will become a part of you. It will become automatic. So don't beat yourself up or punish yourself. And so, my friends, we conclude with the 5th key pillar in building the character of a winner. This is a clear understanding that the system is the key to achieving your goal. Understanding how the system works, how to create it in line with your goals, and the ability to properly and gradually implement these systems for maximum progress every day. So, legends, let's bring all of this to life in pursuit of our goals. Let's start enjoying the process today and see you at the final 6th pillar.